Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Grand Strand Nissan, and I'm checking out a very special vehicle. It's a 2017 Nissan GT-R in the premium trim level. So I'm going to show you as much as I possibly can of this vehicle, and you're going to see what it's like to be in the driver and passenger seat as we go on the highway at some crazy high speeds. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Behind you.
Crazy, man. That is... This GT-R is sitting on high performance Dunlop tires, Sport Max GT 600s with 255 40s in the front and 285 35s in the back. The wheels are Ray's 20-inch forged aluminum wheels in a gloss black. It also has a Brembo monoblock 6-piston front and 4-piston rear brake calipers with full floating cross-drilled ventilated rotors on all 4 wheels. Now this vehicle has an advanced all-wheel drive system that is able to shift the torque from the front to the back wheels, whatever is necessary in the moment. The name of this color is Jet Black. Perfect color for this vehicle, and perfect name for that color actually. So just about everything is black all around, even here in the front. The center portion is a little bit of a gray, and you have the chrome there with the GT-R badging. There's the splitter there at the bottom. Now you have a full LED headlight system up here and projectors. And your daytime running lights are LEDs as well. Also has an LED accent around the headlights. Parking sensors across the front and rear, by the way. Massive amount of cooling up here, so it's channeling the air all through the grille. There's no fog lights or anything to get in the way. And you see in here the channeling of air flowing through the engine for the cooling. You also have places here on the side for the tires to have the ventilation here, so it's flowing the air throughout around the braking components, the tires, the cooling system for the engine, all that. You also have some air channeling through here, through the hood, channels it down into the engine compartment, so that way it has better flow and cooling effect. The key looks very similar to all the other Nissan keys, very simple and small, light, easy to carry around with you, except for this one has the big GT-R badging here there at the top. Now it's a proximity key, so you can access the vehicle, drive it, and everything. Is just having the key on you. It can be in your pocket in a bag. It does have the ability to lock and unlock and open up the trunk, and a panic button. Okay, let's take a look here of the profile of the vehicle. Very impressive with the headroom and the overall space there in the front seat. And you can see it still maintains that low profile. Has the GT-R badging here. There's the ventilation. Also has some more back here. Air flowing through. Fuel doors here on the passenger side. Massive, massive brake discs in the front and the back. Okay, so the handles are actually flush with the vehicle, helping with the aerodynamics. So you push right here and it pops out the other side, and then you can access the vehicle. The interior color is named Rakuta Tan. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. But love, it's like a real light baseball glove leather look. Okay, so it's all soft to the touch, all around, everywhere, very soft too. So I don't know if you can see that. It's just like a pillow right up in here and all around your arm. And you have the stitching, contrast stitching up in here is a French design in the stitching. And the handle is wrapped as well. And even carpet here on the sides. So that way it's all soft to the touch. So it has the premium Bose sound system. So you have a speaker grill right in here as well as here. Here's your threshold with a sill plate with the GTR name. Now this is blue because that has like a protective film over the portion there. Same thing with this. It has a GTR name. Floor mat hooks in place and then plenty of legroom. That's another thing I was very impressed with a vehicle like this, a supercar type car, and the legroom is fantastic. The seats are super comfortable and they just look awesome as well. Now they're heated, so you have a high and low 2-stage heated seat. And check out the bolstering. You have this nice strong wall here, but it's soft, so that way it's not like intrusive on you. It just feels like a very comfortable touring seat mixed with a performance seat all at the same time. So you have the stitching there in the center and then the perforations there on the sides. And it's an automatic power seat. So what we could do is it moves forward and back using this. It's a little bit different than a lot of vehicles. It's just this one knob. You twist it back or forward to tilt. So you can just twist it like so, and then you move it forward and back. You can also move it, tilt it. So that's basically how that works. Very simple and intuitive as far as using this control here. All soft to the touch dash, stitching, everything. Check out the glove compartment. And it's a felt lined glove compartment and goes in there quite a ways. Okay, let's look at the third row. Now before I do that, I like this little thing that pops out and holds the seat belt for you, so that way it doesn't get lost behind the seat. It's holding it right in that perfect position, so you can just grab it and put it on. So this lever right here lifts up. You're able to access the back of the vehicle. And this is just a little bumper right here. That's not a knob or anything, and that's not a lever or anything like that. So looking at the back seats, it is not a super functional back seat. So you do have a cup holder, you have some speakers back there and some bolstering. Very big seat themselves. But when you have the front seat all the way back, you can see there's zero legroom. So this would be good for a car seat, children, where you would pull the seat up a little bit so that way they don't have to utilize so much legroom. Now you could pull the seat up and compromise a little bit here in the front to fit adults back here. I can certainly see that. So the fuel doors here on the passenger side, and it has a pretty traditional cap, a little tether, and a place to hang the cap. Okay, looking at the back of the GTR, check out that wing or that spoiler or whatever you want to call it. Pretty awesome. It kind of overlaps the side of the vehicle there. And comes up. It's one of those spoilers that's pretty prominent, but it doesn't look overly done or tacky or anything. It just fits the vehicle quite well. Has a little antenna there at the top. Then you can see some speakers and stuff back here. It does have the latch system for car seats, so you can see the anchors back there as well. All right. So it has a combination of LED and standard bulbs for the lighting back here. And your tail lights. There's your GTR badging. And parking sensors across the back. Backup cameras, pretty much offset here on the right side. A lot of carbon fiber inside this vehicle, but there's some carbon fiber here on the back, and nice prominent exhausts with exhaust tips kind of protecting the vehicle, because there's a lot of airflow. So you can see after our test drive, a lot of you know, carbon and different things as you're driving spills out of the exhaust, and because there's so much combustion going on, that those round portions there just kind of help protect the vehicle and also channel the exhaust appropriately. So you can see it has these little metal grates kind of surrounding the exhaust, so it's going to get pretty hot. Okay, so let's take a look in the trunk. There's a little button under there to open it. You can lift it up, and it goes back to right there. Now you can see it kind of tilts back a little bit, giving you more access. Pretty much a 90-degree angle here. So yeah, it does have significant, for the size of the vehicle, the type of vehicle and all that, this is more than expected, I would say, as far as your trunk space. You see it's dished out there in the very rear portion, has this concave shape. Take a look under here. Everything's covered up. It has some tie downs in case you need that. It even has this little leather handle here for kind of lowering the trunk. As long as the key's inside the vehicle, you can start it up by pushing this button. You have to hold the brake, push this red candy-like button here. So let's try it out. Okay, so here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat, and check out, just look how much room that is. I'm going to leave all the measurements and all the specs and everything in the description, but man, there's just an amazing amount of room in this vehicle for being like a supercar. Here's your accelerator and brake pedals with the aluminum background and the raised rubber grips. You even have a footrest here on the far left. All right, let's take a look under the hood and check out that hand-built engine. There's a latch a little bit to the right of center, right up in here. You just push up on it like so, and you can lift the hood up. Kind of looks like that. It actually has two places that it latches to, there and there, instead of just the one center that most vehicles have. Okay, so you can see it requires a prop to hold the hood up. There's the prop right here, and it goes right there. Okay, let's take a look at the engine compartment, and has a premium midship embossed into the insulation in the hood. And then you can see where the air is actually channeled down to the engine compartment there and there. All right, so this portion on the outside, it says carbon fiber composite material. And you can see there's a seal around the outside here. So the whole engine compartment is sealed up and it mates with the hood. So this helps with, you know, noise and also airflow more so than anything, I would suppose. You have some carbon fiber reinforcements. You go across the back. You see they attach right here to each strut tower. Now the suspension is a Damptronic Bilstein suspension system. You see this little portion right here goes at the top of the strut tower. This is the electronically controlled suspension, so it can shift or change the stiffness or the firmness of the suspension as you drive, and you can have full control over that. It has a 3.8 liter dual overhead cam twin turbo V6 engine with 565 horsepower and 467 pound-feet of torque. Now it's paired to a dual clutch paddle shift 6-speed automatic transmission. So it's a relatively quiet engine. You do get some noise from the fan because it has a really powerful cooling system in this vehicle. So when the fan kicks in, it gets quite loud, but it needs that cooling capability because the engine has so much horsepower and torque and everything that is transferring all that power, all that heat is being generated, and the airflow has to be there. It's very quiet for being a supercar. I'm gonna try to let you hear the exhaust here. It's running and just idling here. Okay, so here's the inside of the driver's side door. Now it's just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. Love that interior color. So this is actually your door handle right here. Power windows, so it's a one touch down, one touch up. And then there's your door lock controls. Side mirrors are adjusted right in here. You also have a power fold side mirror, so you can fold them in, and that way you can squeeze through openings or parking the vehicle a little bit better. So right in here, your parking sensor, you can turn it on, or you can turn it off or on. Right now it's on with you can see the light on. And then you have the ability to open up your trunk. And then here's a place to put your key in case your battery is dead. You put the key in there. It senses the key and allows you to drive the vehicle. So this steering column actually has two releases. So let's look under here, take a look at it. So you see these. This one gives you, the one on the right side gives you the ability to telescope the steering wheel. So we're gonna release that, and that way we can move it forward and in and out. Push that back, locks it in place. The other one, we release the entire steering column and gauge cluster. So we can raise and lower the gauge cluster and everything and put it in the position that we want. Fantastic. Okay, let's take a look on the inside. Man, are these seats comfortable. I mean, the amount of space, the leg room, the knee room, I mean, this leg's completely straight out. I mean, it's just awesome. The steering wheel, let's look at the steering wheel. You have to feel the steering wheel. If you ever get a chance to get close to one of these things, just touch the steering wheel. It's soft, and it's just I don't know, it's a different level of comfort, I guess you can say, than most steering wheels that I've felt. Has a really cool design too. These two spokes down here, kind of like a faceted or something, with a portion here in the center open, and then it has the GTR name. It has a stitching. Nice. And I like the way the steering wheel is the same color as the rest of the vehicle, and then you have this black portion in here, and it has the stitching in here to kind of, it gives you that kind of exquisite handmade type look, or so. There's something about it, the way it all looks to me and feels. Cruise controls here on the right side. You also have your voice recognition, your Bluetooth controls. Here on the left side, you have your volume for your radio, change your audio source. You can also change some information here on your actual screen, depending on where you're at. Depending on where you're at, like say if you're in the radio screen, you're able to change through the radio stations. And then you have a back button there. Paddle shifters, very prominent paddle shifters here on the back. And they go all the way down here. and they follow with the steering wheel. They're actually mounted to the back of the steering wheel. They feel like they're made out of some kind of metal material. They're not plastic or anything like that. Windshield wiper controls there. Turn signal with your headlight controls, even has automatic. So here's your gauge cluster. See, there's a dimmer switches right in here to reset your trip. You can change through different screens, little screens right here. But check out the actual gauges. Has a carbon fiber background, white lettering. Nice. Look at the speedometer. It goes up to 220 miles an hour. Just normal driving, your actual needle will not even move, just a little tiny bit right here. Isn't that crazy? Then you have your RPMs, what gear you're in right here, fuel gauge, and engine coolant temperature. Let's kind of use these buttons here to kind of cycle through and get some information. Digital speedometer. Then you have your miles per gallon, time, miles, range, outside temperature. Then you can go into your settings. Miles per gallon, instant miles per gallon. Because I like the digital speedometer. That would probably be my default screen there. But man, are they impressive. Carbon fiber background definitely helps as far as the sportiness of the look of the gauge clusters there. Okay, so this is the actual touchscreen is just like you would find in the other, other Nissan vehicles. You have your icons across the bottom. You can go into your audio, your phone, got different information with the Nissan Connect apps, Nissan Connect services. You got satellite weather, satellite traffic, sports, all kinds of information there. There's your home screen. You can have multiple screens and you can customize what icons you want on those screens. You go into your navigation map, check it out, and then you have your navigation. You can put in specific addresses and all that stuff. And then you have your settings. You can go in and adjust all your settings there. But yeah, it's a very easy to use. You have the icons across the bottom. You also have physical buttons here on the outside that you can go to in case you would like to use those. CD player up here. Have a traditional volume tuned through the stations, knobs everybody's accustomed to. Now what separates this screen from the average other Nissan screens is this function button here. And you can have a customizable display. So Victor, when we were out on the drive, he kind of customized the screen here with the boost pressure, the miles per hour, torque split with the all-wheel drive system, whether it be all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, your accelerator pedal position and a percentage, and then you can add more gauges here. So we could push that, and let's go to engine oil temperature. Let's just do that, and let's choose another selection here. Let's go down, let's go to the next screen. Let's see here, maybe steering. Let's go to steering. So as I turn the steering wheel, it's going to give me a direction there so I can get an idea of which way I'm aiming while I'm driving. And so you have these selectable different presets. So this is your boost, engine oil temperature, engine oil pressure. This one has the accelerator, braking G-force meter, steering, and then your accelerator pedal. This one you can customize it. Like I mentioned, you can customize these any way you want. You can get more information, and you can have all these the way you want them. And then you have your timers, so you can do lap timing or 0 to 60s, all this kind of stuff. Isn't that awesome? There's some vents. So your climate control is a dual zone, driver and passenger. So there's your fan speed, where you want the air to blow, that's that mode button. Front and rear defrosters, recirculate the air. You also have the ability to have both temperatures the same. So right now, this one's separate from the other one. It's in dual mode. uncheck that or deselect that. Now they're both the same temperature. Now customizing the performance of the vehicle, so you can put this in R mode and it will basically like a sport mode for your transmission shifts and all that stuff with the dual clutch transmission and the power output put to the wheels itself. It has the R mode, and then you have R mode for the suspension system, which is more of a stiffer ride, and then you can put it in comfort, or you can put it in the center kind of normal position. And then you have the ability to turn off the stability control and the traction control if you need to. So this is for like off-road use only. I mean, you can spin tires and all that stuff, but I would highly recommend leaving that on, at least until you get comfortable with the vehicle and you know what you're doing. Because when you turn that kind of stuff off, you can, you know, with the amount of power this vehicle has, you can lose control if you don't know what you're doing, is what I'm saying. Okay, and then you have your four-way flashers there. Look at all this carbon fiber around. Nice. Now the screen, you're able to adjust it using this little dial. You can do everything. Instead of reaching up to the touch screen, you can just use this dial and go into your menu and all that stuff right here and make selections. So here's a shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse. And then you can see the backup camera pops up here. Also, the parking sensors are now active. Put in automatic. Right in there is neutral, but there's automatic. And then you can put it in the manual mode if you want to change through the gears manually using the paddle shifters. Now you can also simply, I'm going to put it back in automatic by bumping it back to the right. You can also simply just touching the paddle shifters and engaging them will automatically put it in that manual mode as well. There's a parking brake, all leather wrapped. A little place to put some cups. One is deeper than the other, and they have like a little rubber lining at the bottom that's removable and cleaning. So right here's your armrest, and it's quite soft too and comfortable. It lifts up, and then you have this felt-lined storage compartment with 2 USB ports and an auxiliary input and a 12-volt power supply. Place for wires to go in and out right here. Okay, so here's your rear view mirror, and it's an auto dim rear view mirror. It's actually auto dimming right now because of the shade over the light sensor. You can turn that feature on and off here. You also have your garage door opener controls, your home link controls right in here. Place to put your sunglasses, and man, this is probably one of the larger places. You can put some really big Hollywood sunglasses if you want in there. That's really nice. It's felt lined as well. Have some tap lights here and here. You can also have them turn on all the interior lights, or have them turn on with the door by putting it in the center position. Then you have a SOS button. That's part of the Nissan Connect system. Alright, the visors have mirrors and lights in them. Alright, let's look at the visibility in the back. Alright. So you have a little bit of a, well, right now it's hard to tell. Let's see. You can see right here, you have that window to look out of as far as the visibility. You have a little bit of a blind spot as far as that last pillar, but really overall not too bad. I mean, the cameras kind of make it look worse than what it is, because when I look around this vehicle, it's not bad at all. But of course you have the parking sensors, backup camera, and all that stuff to help you out. Alright, man, this is an awesome car. Okay, so last but not least, let's kind of flip through to get some information here. So this is the brochure that you'll find at a dealership, and it has all the cool pictures and the neat sayings. The Nismo gets 600 horsepower, by the way. And, you know, if you want to read any of this stuff, this is the premium that we're sitting in now. So you can see the features there. And of course, after this, I'll show you the window sticker. Use the pause button to read all this stuff if you'd like. But let's keep on going. So this is accessories. Let's go to the specs. Here we go. So this pause button, like I said, will be your friend. And I'm going to put a link to all this information in the description too, but just to have it hard-coded, if the information ever disappears, the link goes bad, this will be hard-coded in the video so you can actually have access to it. Because there's a lot of technical stuff in this vehicle. I mean, it's not a trying to cover all this in a video. The video is already going to be long, so I just want to have a quick look at the drag coefficient, 0.26. That's fantastic. All right. Okay, so like I said, pause button will help you out with that. But anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you to Victor here at Grand Strand Nissan. He made this pretty much all possible. Took us out on the highway, showed off. He's used to driving a vehicle like this, so he knows how to handle it, he knows what it can do, and he knows how to drive it safely. So I wanted him to demonstrate everything. So thank you for watching, and thank you to Grand Strand Nissan here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for allowing me to show off an awesome vehicle, and I'll see you guys next time.